Ladies and gentlemen, hello, and you are watching TTV News with some latest events in the province. And now coming to details. Ladies and gentlemen, in the morning of May 15, Mr. Nguyễn Trọng Nghĩa, Secretary of the Party Central Committee and head of the Central Propaganda Department, visited and presented gifts to the office and structure of Vam Trang Trau border gas station in Biên Giới commune of Chau Thanh district.
The delegation was also accompanied by Major General Nguyễn Hoài Phương, Deputy Commander of the Border Guard, Mr. Phạm Hùng Thái, Standing Deputy Secretary of the Ninh Provincial Party Committee. The delegation visited and encouraged officers and soldiers of a number of COVID-19 prevention and control posts under the management of Vam Trang Trau Border Guard Station. At Vam Trang Trau Border Guard Station, veteran labor hero Lê Văn Kiểm, Chairman of the Board of Directors of KN Group and Long Thành Gulf Company, presented funds totaling 4 billion Vietnam dong to the border guards of Vietnam, Cambodian border provinces and the border guard units of Kiên Giang and Tay Ninh provinces. Mr. Lê Văn Kiểm expressed his respect to the border guard officers and soldiers on the border lines for their efforts to overcome all difficulties and hardships to perform well the tasks of management and protecting the border, as well as the prevention and control of COVID-19 epidemic in recent time. Mr. Nguyễn Trọng Nghĩa acknowledged and thanked veteran Lê Văn Kiểm. He believed that these good actions will spread far and wide, helping border guards to strengthen their will and overcome difficulties and hardships. However, the situation of the COVID-19 epidemic is still very complicated. He asked the border guards to uphold the sense of responsibility. Fighting the epidemic is like fighting the enemy. Continue to solidify and work closely together in epidemic prevention and control with the 4 on spot motto. Mr. Võ Đức Trong, member of the Standing Committee of the Ninh Provincial Party Committee and Standing Vice Chairman of the Provincial People's Council, recently led the delegation to visit and give gifts to border checkpoints participating in the fight against COVID-19 epidemic. The delegation visited the checkpoints directly under the management of Samad International Border Gate and Trang Border Gate. The delegation was briefed on the performance of their tasks over the last time, the life and activities of officers and soldiers, as well as plans for the prevention and control of the COVID-19 epidemic in the time to come. The delegation presented gifts to the officers and soldiers of the mentioned checkpoints and encouraged them to continue to perform well in the prevention and control of the COVID-19 epidemic on the borderlines.
The trade union of the non-economic zones has just mobilized union member and affiliated enterprise to actively respond to fundraising campaign to support for visiting and giving gifts to the border guard posts and station participating in the prevention and control of the COVID-19 epidemic at the border area.
With a contribution of over 700 million Vietnam dong, the board of directors, union members and employees at enterprises under the trade union of the economic zone hope to be able to encourage and share with the difficulties of the forces on duty at the border. This donation was given to the Ninh Provincial Federation of Labor in the afternoon of May 14, 2021. The Ninh Provincial Labor Federation is synthesizing the funding sources of its affiliated units and organizing visits to the anti-COVID-19 border posts and stations as soon as possible.
Turn to other news. On May 15, the candidates for the election of deputy to the 15th National Assembly of the constituency number 1 met with voters in 4 communes of Chau Thanh district. The voters have recommended that the National Assembly candidates, if elected, should pay special attention to local socio-economic development.
Voters proposed to the 15 National Assembly deputies a number of issues, including paying more attention to local socio-economic development, especially in border communes where people's lives are facing many difficulties. There should be special policies for the border guards who are guarding the border around the clock to prevent and control the COVID-19 epidemic. and it's also necessary to have policies for people, especially those in border communes and districts, to be vaccinated against COVID-19 soon. Besides, voters also suggested that, apart from economic development, environmental protection should be paid special attention to. Previously, voters had brief biographies of the candidates. Each candidate also presented their own action plan if elected as a member of the 15th National Assembly. According to the decision on recognition of communes as meeting new statutory standards and advanced new statutory standards in 2020, dated May 11, 2021, by Chairman of Tay Ninh Provincial People's Committee Nguyễn Thanh Ngọc, the whole province has 10 more communes meeting new statutory area standards. The 10 recognized communes belong to localities such as Tay Ninh City, Trang, Trau, the 5 districts of Cô Dâu, Dương Minh Châu, Tân Châu, Chau Thanh, and Bến Cầu. Chairman of Tay Ninh Provincial People's Committee also recognized Trung Đông Commune of Hòa Thành Thao to meet enhanced new statutory standards in 2020. Mr. Nguyễn Thanh Ngọc requested the People's Committees of District, Towns, Tay Ninh City, and communes that have just recognized to meet the new statutory standards and advanced new statutory standards continue to maintain and improve the quality of the criteria after reaching the mentioned standards according to regulations. Tay Ninh so far has 45 out of 71 communes meeting new statutory standards, accounting for nearly 64% of communes in the whole province.
Ladies and gentlemen, the role of the collective economic model is particularly focused in the implementation of the National Target Program on building new style rural areas. Over the last term, Tay Ninh Cooperative Alliance has provided considerable support for localities to develop their collective economy, fulfilling criteria number 13, one of 19 criteria that must become completed to be recognized as the new style rural standard commune.
The criteria number 13 on form for production organization stipulates that a commune meeting rural standards must have an effective cooperative group or cooperative. Over the last time, those communes meeting new statutory standards in Tay Ninh province have actively found solutions to improve the efficiency of the collective economic model by expanding services and improve service quality. From just providing care and harvesting services, some cooperatives have enhanced services such as supplying plant varieties, livestock fertilizers, agricultural materials, especially purchasing post-harvest products for its members. In order to operate strongly and sustainably, we must associate with businesses and large corporations to select and bring packages of agricultural materials that are of better quality and cheaper than the market. Another key point is to buy stable output, helping farmers to be more confident in participating in the collective economic model. Tay Ninh so far has 140 cooperatives, including 126 ones operating under the 2012 cooperative law. The average revenue of each cooperative is 16 billion Vietnam dong per year, and its average profit is 500 million Vietnam dong per year. The fact that cooperatives operate effectively not only brings income to their members, but also helps the locality to fulfill criterion number 13 in new statutory construction. Every year, Tay Ninh Provincial Cooperative Alliance guides the cooperative to implement the criteria and re-evaluate its performance at the end of the year. The purpose of the Provincial Cooperative Alliance is to propagate the cooperatives to operate in accordance with the 2012 cooperative law, helping the locality fulfill the criterion number 13 in the construction of new statutory areas. In the period from now to 2025, the Tay Ninh Provincial Cooperative Alliance strives to attract at least 65% of rural households to participate in the collective economic model as well as increase the rate of cooperatives operating effectively in the agricultural sector to 70%, the non-agricultural sector to 80%. Thereby, it will gradually strengthen criterion number 13 on the form of production organization in new style rural communes.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's all for today TTV News. Thank you for joining with us and see you next time.